It seems these days people in the workforce are either actively unhappy with their jobs or they're just going through the motions and showing up for the paycheck. A lot of us are going to spend a massive portion of our lives, our standard 9 to 5s, doing something that we genuinely do not enjoy. Now, I'm sure there are occasional satisfying moments in those jobs, but for the most part, the work is tedious. But let's talk about those rare, satisfying moments. What actually causes them? If I had to guess, the satisfaction hits when a worker finishes a brutal weeks-long project, or maybe they're helping a client whose issue genuinely resonates with them, so the work actually feels meaningful. To sum it up, fulfillment comes from two things in work: completing a challenge and finding meaning in the work. Now, helping a client is one way to find meaning, but another, arguably more powerful way is working with creative freedom. An example of this in the workplace might be something like your boss needs you to design a video ad for a new product. They tell you you can do anything you want. Just make it 10 to 30 seconds long and make the product look good. Whatever you decide to make is your call. It's your vision. When you finish, you've built something based almost entirely on your own imagination. You have created something from nothing, and now it exists in the real world. Creating things is one of the best possible things you can do for yourself. Art and creation are profoundly fulfilling. And that brings me to my main point. Game development is the absolute epitome of creation. Game development is almost every single mode of human expression combined into one medium. It is artwork, it is coding, it is music composition, storytelling, writing, and world building. Making a game is hands down one of the most fulfilling things you can do in this world. The development process itself is incredibly fun. You'll be sitting at your desk building a mechanic and just laughing to yourself about how cool it feels and how much players are going to love it. And playtesting, seeing your vision actually come to life in front of you, it is a great feeling of accomplishment. Now, I know what you're thinking. Art, including game development, isn't typically associated with making a lot of money. Let me show you the contrary. There are tons of incredibly successful indie developers out there. You might not become a millionaire overnight, but with determination you can absolutely make enough money from one game to fund your life until you finish the next one. Look at Concerned Ape, who made hundreds of millions of dollars entirely on his own with Stardew Valley. Look at this guy, Payne Robinson, who published a smaller hobby project on Steam and ended up paying all of his student loans off with the profit. Look at Team Cherry, who became full-time devs simply because their first game, Hollow Knight, was polished, well thought out, and knew its audience. Or look at Watt, who's already getting published and switching to game dev full-time before the game is even officially out. Now, I am not saying it's easy. I'm just saying it's definitely possible. The second argument you might have is time. You might think it takes a ton of time, and these projects are the culmination of years of brutal hard work. And that is totally true. But at the same time, there has literally never been a better time to get into game development, and that is heavily thanks to the rapid improvement of AI. Now wait, I'm not telling you to have AI build everything and output absolute slop. Nobody wants that. Steam's current policy even flags games as AI content if the music, art, or writing is AI generated, but they treat back-end code differently. Speaking as a computer science major myself, I actually find the back-end coding to be the least artistic and most tedious part of game dev. AI can easily speed up that exact process. This allows you to spend more time being the director, assembling the game in your engine, writing the story, making the art, and polishing the animations. You still definitely need to understand the code to troubleshoot and correctly manage your scripts, but AI is an incredible assistant right now, and it is only going to get better, which means making games entirely by yourself is getting quicker and more accessible every single day. Add in the fact there have never been more free tutorials online, game jams to jump into, and a massive audience of players constantly looking for their next favorite game. The barrier to entry has vanished. The best thing you can do for yourself is pursue something that actually makes you happy and is true to yourself. For me, and potentially for a lot of you watching this, that is game development. It is, in my opinion, the ultimate form of creation and art. If you've ever had an idea for a game, you should seriously consider giving it a shot. Thanks so much for watching.